There's a children's show from the early 2000s that you probably remember for teaching math, bright colors, and a goofy green villain with a bad haircut. But what if I told you that Cyberchase, yes, the PBS Kids show, is secretly connected to Rick and Morty? What if Hacker isn't just a villain? What if he's a Rick Sanchez variant? And what if Digit, the lovable, anxious bird robot sidekick, is actually a Morty? This isn't a joke. This isn't a stretch. This is a pattern. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Chapter 1, the Christopher Lloyd connection. Let's start with the most obvious clue, the one hiding in plain sight. Hacker is voiced by Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd also played Doc Brown, the character who directly inspired Rick Sanchez. And in 2021, Christopher Lloyd literally played live-action Rick in Adult Swim promos. So the chain looks like this: Doc Brown, Hacker, Rick Sanchez. This isn't a coincidence. This is a casting breadcrumb trail. PBS Kids accidentally hired the progenitor of Rick Sanchez to voice a multiverse-hopping mad scientist 11 years before Rick and Morty even existed. That's not just meta, that's prophetic. Chapter 2, Hacker is a kid-friendly Rick variant. Let's compare Hacker to Rick Sanchez. Hacker, genius inventor, travels between worlds, breaks physics, has a massive ego, constantly sabotages the multiverse, hates the central authority, causes chaos for fun. Rick, genius inventor, travels between worlds, breaks physics, has a massive ego, constantly sabotages the multiverse, hates the central authority, causes chaos for fun. Hacker is Rick if Rick was forced to follow PBS Kids broadcast standards. He's the same archetype, the same personality, the same role in the multiverse, just without the drinking, swearing, and existential dread. Chapter 3, the cybersides are the multiverse. Cyberchase's universe is structured exactly like Rick and Morty's. Each world has its own physics. Each world has its own rules. Each world can collapse. Portals connect everything. A central authority tries to maintain order. A rogue genius destabilizes everything. Cyberchase is literally Rick and Morty, but every dimension teaches math. Chapter 4, Motherboard equals the Citadel of Ricks. Motherboard oversees the multiverse, sends agents to fix anomalies, maintains order, is constantly attacked by Hacker. The Citadel oversees the multiverse, sends Ricks and Mortys to fix anomalies, maintains order, is constantly attacked by evil Rick. Motherboard is the kid-friendly Citadel. Hacker is the evil Rick of this universe. And the kids, they're the replacement Mortys. But we're not at the twist yet. Chapter 5, Digit's Secret Past, the Morty Revelation. Digit is the key. Digit wasn't always a hero. He wasn't always Motherboard's loyal agent. Digit was created by Hacker. Digit worked for Hacker. Digit helped Hacker wreak havoc. Digit wrote a book, The Cyber Chef, during his employment. Digit was part of Hacker's original crew alongside Buzz and Delete. Digit was Hacker's first assistant. Digit was Hacker's first sidekick. Digit was Hacker's Morty. And just like Morty, Digit is anxious, is loyal, gets dragged into danger, is emotionally grounded, is constantly overwhelmed, wants to do the right thing. Digit is Morty. If Morty was rebuilt into a robot to survive the cyberworld. Chapter 6, The Dark Twist. Hacker is a Rick who got stuck in a simulation. Here's where the theory goes from funny coincidence to ARG-level conspiracy.
I do love this forest, if you must know. When I was needlessly banished to the northern frontier, these trees were my only friends. I was all alone. No one was here. No one but me. I searched everywhere, looking for someone to talk to.
Cyberchase takes place inside a computer universe. A digital world. A simulation. Rick and Morty has shown. Simulated universes. Digital worlds. Artificial realities. Code-based physics. So what if Hacker is a Rick variant who entered a simulation and never escaped? A Rick who lost his original body, rebuilt himself using code, became corrupted, turned evil, created Digit as a companion, tried to take over the simulation, was stopped by Motherboard, and now wants revenge. This explains Hacker's genius, Hacker's ego, Hacker's hatred of Motherboard, Hacker's obsession with control, Hacker's chaotic behavior, Digit's creation, Digit's escape, Digit's loyalty to Motherboard. Hacker is a Rick Sanchez variant who got trapped in a digital universe. Digit is his Morty, rebuilt into a robot to survive. The kids are the replacement Mortys. Motherboard is the Citadel. Cyberchase is the simulation Rick abandoned. And Rick and Morty is the broken multiverse that came after. So the next time you watch Cyberchase, remember, you're not just watching a math show. You're watching the origin story of Rick Sanchez, a Rick who got trapped, a Morty who escaped, a multiverse that broke, and a PBS Kids show that accidentally predicted one of the darkest sci-fi universes ever made.